And we are live here with the Bardstone Publishing final countdown for Crimson Shadows Kickstarter. As we can see, we got Brett Pinson in the upper right. We need like an applause button. And then the infamous Kevin Meinert down below.
Infamous. Yeah.
Infamous.
Infamous.
So how are you guys doing?
Good, man.
I'm tired. I had to just get an eye exam today, and they dilated my eyes, two different things, and my eyes have been just like burning ever since. So kind of just messed with me today. So I didn't get a chance to let her at all this afternoon.
No, that's okay.
It's all right.
So,
I have a beer to make me feel better.
There you go. KBS.
There's some good stuff. It's what I had.
Is that peanut butter one or something?
No, this is the it's a flavored stout. It's got like a chocolate and coffee aged in a I can barely freaking read a bourbon barrel.
There you go.
It's very strong. Very strong. Very good.
Yeah, but it's very good. I mean, it's not a cheap beer. It's like a 4-pack is like $17. But it's very tasty, and I really enjoy it. I drink one. So no, I wouldn't mind it. I wish I had that peanut butter one. That's the Belching Beaver we had out in Vegas, and we've had it in San Diego. It's a California-based microbrew, and man, if they could get that out here, I'd buy that. It's pretty standard. I even liked it in cans. And I'm not much of a can drinker, so.
You know, speaking of cans, there's a cool little thing I've been seeing advertised. I don't know how well it works. But have you seen that thing? Kevin's more of a beer expert, but where you put it on top of the can, turn it, and it cuts the top off and rounds the corners, and it turns your can into a cup.
I've seen that.
Supposedly, according to
Facebook,
according to the ad, when they're a little bit biased, but when you drink out of a can, normally your nose is right up against the metal. You're smelling the metal scent, and that's what gives you the metallic taste. And supposedly when you drink out of the can with this top removed, you don't get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I can see that.
I was thinking about maybe buying one. And my brother likes to host parties at his house and stuff. So I thought that might be a fun gift for him to try out.
I just prefer bottles. I've always been a bottle kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Even with canned soda, I'd prefer to pour it into a glass of ice.
Yeah.
So,
well, there you have it.
But
the experts have weighed in.
Bottles better.
So Brett's got KBS. What did you have? Sam Adams?
I got Sam Adams Summer Ale.
Summer Ale.
That's a good one too.
There it is.
Isn't that funny how hard it is to find where the camera is?
There it is. Hey.
Well, it's because it's showing us like the correct way, so you can actually read. Like my shirt says Eastern Michigan University, so it's kind of like, there it is. Okay.
It's funny how that works.
I have a light like right there. See, it's right there. You can see it with my finger. And but you're like,
Yeah. So
there it is. I see it.
So it's been a very eventful couple days here on our Kickstarter. I'll pull that up real quick so people can see it, see what we're talking about here. But we are at, mine doesn't automatically refresh. I got to refresh it. So we're at 3,520. So what does that mean? It means we hit our next stretch goal. So the $3,500 stretch goal is now unlocked, which means all limited edition covers are upgraded to a premium glossy cardstock. And they look really sharp when they're that way. So in this last hour, if we can hit just $680 more, we'll hit $4,200.
We can do it.
We can do it. We can do it. You can do it.
We've almost done 500 today. What's another $700? Nothing.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I got some cool rewards there. I got some sketch covers that people, usually buy from me from Comic-Cons. I got them marked down for the rewards here. Those, so if you guys want to sell me out on those, then we'll hit that goal. And we'll get a set of mini posters on Pearl cardstock, plus the one that's the bonus one for all orders of $40 or more. So that'll be a set of 5. So it'll be pretty sharp.
Oh, good.
But so it's pretty exciting. This money is used to fund the initial print run, the rewards, and helps get this all into your hands. So we're excited for that. So, Kevin, I want to give you a shout out. I said it earlier today on Odd Musings. I am absolutely loving doing the sketches on these.
They're fun, aren't they?
They are. It's a 4x6 cardstock, and it really handles the markers and inks really well.
Yeah.
So I've been drawing up some of these these are some of the free 4x6 sketches I'm doing for people as reward. So I'm just working on those. Here's a scene, Jack the Ripper attacking somebody here.
There you go.
So
nice.
An intense scene going on there. We have Jack the Ripper lurking in the background.
Nice.
She obviously is not looking in a mirror and does not know what's behind her. And then this one I was just working on. I don't have the markers on there yet. We got Dracula tipping his hat at the camera.
Very nice.
So, and then the ones I had shown prior, I'll just show these off so people can see what they're getting from me. We've got one of the police officers here, Dracula, or some other one. You never know. And poor Julius in a very weakened state that we're going to see in the upcoming issues. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, those 4x6s, that's the perfect size for a sketch, too.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And
the sketch cards are a little too small, and it's just right.
And I'm going to use these moving forward these are going to be what I do convention sketches on. They're perfect, perfect little size to do nice little convention sketches. And they really do handle the markers perfect. It's funny, better than like some of the high-end professional cardstock for some of the sets I've worked on in the past.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you guys might be asking yourself, how do I donate to this amazing Kickstarter? This world, how do I enter into this world of Jack the Ripper, Dracula, angels and demons, and just horrifying darkness going into the streets of London here? How do I read this enticing story? Well, there's a couple ways. If you go to our Bardstone publishing page, you can click links that we have there. I posted it into the comment section here, the link. You can also go on the original post, or you can go to bardstone.com, and there's a Kickstarter link there. So there's many ways to find us, or just go to kickstarter.com and type in Crimson Shadows. You'll see us there.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I'm very psyched up on this. I wanted to pull up some sample pages here. So let's see here. Let me open up those pages. Nice. We'll tease a couple pages here. Teaser page. Open. All right. Share. Share. Oh, accidentally. I don't want to accidentally
Sunny.
Turn off everything. Sunny and share. There we go. There's the teaser page I've recently shared. So I'll show a little bit of the action. As you can see, Jack the Ripper is not a nice guy.
No.
And Julius, that's our hero Julius on the top and bottom panels, and what he is seeing in his mind's eye there. So we don't know yet if, is he Jack the Ripper? Is he somehow telekinetically seeing what Jack the Ripper is doing? Or maybe he's just psychic and he's picking up images. We don't know. You got to read it to find out.
That's right.
That's right. So
Tastes like apple.
So anyways, so how have you guys been enjoying this whole process of Kickstartering?
It's for me. Went from one right into another, so it feels like it's just been one long Kickstarter. So
it does, it does. But it's nice too. It keeps projects rolling.
It was over.
But that's what we're trying to do. We want to provide to you guys, the fans, something that is going to be ongoing. Kevin's already working on. We're working on the fulfillment of issue 1 of Poe Macabre Master, so that's really nice. Working on that. Just received a shipment from Kevin for the issues I got assigned, and then we'll be getting those out to fans. And then we got Crimson Shadows #1 here. Kevin's already working on Crimson Shadows, or Poe number 2. I'm starting Poe. I can't keep them all straight. Crimson Shadows 2. We got Brett's books in production. We got Carl coming out in a reprint here, and then we also have Boomtown Scabs number 5 being worked on. So we got a lot in the pipeline here. There's Carl.
Yeah.
Carl.
Curl.
So we got a lot going on, and we want to just, our goal is every 2 to 3 months have a fresh Kickstarter for you guys. So there's always something coming out. And more importantly, the follow-up issue. So if you're a fan of the Poe Macabre Master, you don't have to wait 3 years for issue 2 to come out.
Right.
So, I'm a little guilty of that with my Emmanuel comic book. That's what happens when you're a solo artist / writer, creator, doing everything 100% yourself. That's why we're all joining forces like Voltron here. Together we're mightier, or Devastator. I don't know, whichever multi-robot megabot you want to be. Who's your favorite, Brett? Who's your favorite multi-bot?
Voltron, the cars.
Voltron? Oh, the car one.
No, I'm lying.
I was going to say, I never heard someone say that one. I didn't want to mock you openly, so I was going to wait till you were off the air.
No, it's the original Voltron Lions. He's the original Transformer.
Yeah.
So I always liked that one. But of the Transformers G1, I mean, it's there were so many cool ones. It was and not just going on the cartoon was, the toys was, but I always liked like Starscream because I always liked the planes. And then from the show, I always liked Jazz and Optimus Prime and all that, but they were always fun.
Jazz was probably the hardest Transformer to transform out of the G1, I think, for the original cars. I don't know about you guys, but I would always try to do it without reading the instructions. And he was one of the hardest. Right? Yeah, Jazz, I had to give up and say, okay, I got to read the instructions. I don't know what's going on. But his voice was so great. Scatman Crothers, I think I'm saying that right, was the voice of Jazz, I believe. He was also Hong Kong Phooey, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Loved his speaking pattern was so perfect. So good times.
Scatman Crothers was great. He was in the Twilight Zone movie in one of the segments, the one with I think it was one where they became kids and then went back to being in the old folks home and that. He was great. He just whenever I saw him, I always thought he was just great in all the different you recognize his voice right away, same guy no matter what, and then as an actor and that. So I always like Scatman Crothers. So his Jazz, he was pretty cool, and I think one of the last things he did was the Transformers the movie. So
I believe you're right. Yeah. Same with Orson Welles, who didn't even know he signed up for it after he died. They hijacked his voice to be Unicron, but he was perfect as Unicron.
Yes. Yeah, he had a great voice. It's a shame that he had just lost his way for many years. So.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, so get on there, donate. We got a number of reward packages on here. As a reminder, any pledges of 40 or more, you will get the upgrade. You get the amazing 2.25-inch premium button, the amazing 1.25, I think it is, buttoned or 1.5-inch button Bardstone keychain. You get the free 4x6 sketch, and then the 4x6 mini poster on Pro Cardstock of J. Travis Smith's amazing artwork for one of the covers there. So you get that on top of whatever reward you choose. So good times.
Oh, great deals.
It is, yeah. So for you guys, all of us together, we've individually have done a number of projects, but I gotta say, for me, this has been one of the most rewarding. I've absolutely loved doing this as a full collaboration between both of you and J. Travis Smith as well. How about you guys? How has it been for you?
It's been fun. I like doing collaborations like this. This is something I've always wanted to do more of. Back when I first started doing comics, this is what John and I talked about doing with Boomtown, was getting more people involved as we went on in different stories, not just ones we had initially started with. So this is just kind of a point I eventually thought I'd get to, and it's been great to have some good friends to work on it with.
How about you, Kevin?
Great. Same. It's what I've always wanted to be part of a collaboration like this, like Brett said, and it's been a blast. And I think we've talked about it before, where you get to see the different phases, and it's great for me because I'm in the middle, so I get to see the great pencils, and then I scribble on them, and then I get to see you color them, and Brett add words, and then it's just great. It's great to get to see that whole process and be part of it, and you get to see that end result that just is amazing. And it changes. Every little step changes a little bit, and something gets added by someone, and it's fantastic. It's so much fun to look at the end product and have all that insight to the little bits and pieces that added up to make that, what great comic that it is.
Yeah, I truly feel like the end product here, I can't wait to get it into the hands of fans, because I really feel like the end product here is definitely something that none of us could have done individually on our own.
No.
Each one of us gave 100%, and it shows. I think every single person added something that made it better along the way. So It's very exciting.
Yeah, it's comparable to anything else you can find on the shelf. I'll put it up there with any of the other books.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially the big shops. So a lot of the big shops, they don't really go for quality. They, when I go through the comic book shops, there's very few mainstream comics that even interest me anymore, and it's just because they're not well done.
Right. Yeah.
They're out of story ideas. They're rushing issues. They just want to get it to print. Whereas, Kickstarter is a great place. Going through there, finding other great creators. I've backed a bunch of other ones, which you find some amazing storylines on there, and it's just like, wow, how great is this? A gentleman who's running a Kickstarter for another comic series that he's a creator of, he backed our series, and he sent me the link to his, and I'm like, oh my God, this is great. I have to back this. I didn't just back it just because he backed ours. I mean, I was reciprocating, but I can't wait to get it. I got the 4-issue pack. He was on issue number 4. And that's the thing too. It's the buildup. His issue number 4, he had a great following and stuff. And, you can see where he has built it every issue along the way. And that's the goal with Crimson Shadows, with Poe, with Boomtown Scabs. We want you guys, we're growing a fan base, and we know that you got to start somewhere, and you got to keep putting that product out so fans know that they can rely on you to get it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we got 44 minutes to go, people. So it's now or never. You'll be able to buy this at Comic Cons or order them through us, but you're not going to get the deals that you're getting through the Kickstarter. There's so many extra rewards that you get on top of it. I've got this great $75 reward. Let me get to that one. The $75 reward, I think, is your ultimate value one. It's right here, the final week bonus special, I call it. You get for $75, if you were to buy everything individually, this would be about $110, $120. You get the PDF copy of Crimson Shadows emailed to you. You get your choice of any 4 of the $10 or $12 rewards. So you can do a combination of the regular cover comic book, the limited covers. You can get the metal print of the covers. So any combination of 4 you want, you can choose. Then you get the limited run 4x6 poster of J. Travis Smith's colorized artwork on Pearl cardstock. You get the Bard Sewn keychain, you get the premium button, and you get the 4x6 hand-drawn sketch on top of it. So all of those items together would have been about $110, $120 individually. You can get them for $75. So that's a great reward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if like about 8 of you get it, we'll hit that 4,200 and unlock the final stretch goal. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's remarkable. I mean, I'm so happy we made the first stretch goal.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That premium cover stock is fantastic, and it's a nice little extra for everybody. And it's great to see that happen. And I was really happy. Like I said, I got home from work, cooked, hung out a little bit, log back on, like, oh wow, look at where we are.
Right?
So
yeah, it's really nice. And we really do appreciate every single one of you. 87 backers so far. That's awesome. We're very happy with where we're at here. And, you know, I'm just so excited. I can't wait to get this out to the printer and get the final prints, you know, proof it, final copy, so we can start mailing these out, because I really think you guys are going to love it.
Yeah, it's a very rewarding. I can't wait for you to get the boxes of them. I got the boxes delivered to my house literally 5 minutes before I'm leaving for Vegas. So I'm digging through the boxes real quick. Like, I gotta get comics. I gotta bring these.
You look like the dad in Christmas Story opening up his major award.
Right.
It's Italian.
Yeah, so
fragile.
Must be Italian.
I grabbed stacks of each of the books and hopped in the car and headed to Brett's house to go to Vegas and made the wife drive so I could check it all out on the drive up. So that's how I got to experience and check out the books for the first time. But it was such a great feeling. It really is one of those moments as a creator where you get to hold that and say, I did this. And I'm looking forward to doing the same thing with Crimson Shadows. But it's going to be a fantastic book. I can't wait to see and hear people's reactions when they finally get to read the last 5 pages.
Yeah,
that's why I can't wait for that huge splash page that's going to make everybody go, what the hell?
And we've kept that a secret, so you're only going to see. We have not shared that anywhere. You're going to have to read it to see it. It's spectacular.
It is amazing. Yep.
That's what I say.
But it was so much fun to ink that. I remember. I think
you did a good job.
I think I got the last like 6 or 7 pages all at once because I got behind from work, and that was one of them. And I'm like, I'm going to do that one last. So it was like the treat at the end. So that was the last one I got to do. So
it's kind of like, are there any foods where you eat that way, where you save a certain part for the end because it's the treat?
Usually beer. Yeah,
beer.
I save the beer to the end.
Okay,
but I have one at the beginning too, so it's kind of like, but
like,
top it off with another beer.
Like growing up, when I would eat Lucky Charms, I would eat around the marshmallows. I would eat all the oat parts and save it so I would have a bowl of marshmallows left. You know, I would do that. Or Hostess cupcakes. I would peel the frosted top off and eat the cupcake part and save the frosting for last. So Kevin looks puzzled. You've never done that?
I just ate it, man. It's like it's a damn cupcake. So I'm like,
but it was always dry. Like, I didn't like the cupcake. The cupcake was all dry, and
so I was frosting's for, Scott.
Yeah, but when you eat the frosting by itself, it's like fudge. Like eat a couple of them and save it, and then put them all together. It's like, oh, it's so good.
When I see a cupcake, I don't start going through a plan in my brain of how I want to eat it. It's just the impulse of get in my belly. That's it. There's nothing else other than that. I'm not formulating a plan.
Do you have any weird eating habits where you'll save a certain part of a food to the end because that's your reward?
No.
So I'm just weird.
One, honestly.
Yes. I mean, there's some. It depends on the meal. Like I had after that exam, we went out to late lunch, early dinner at Boneheads, and I got the barbecue chicken sandwich, and I got it with the coleslaw. I ate the coleslaw first. Reason was it's already cold. I don't want to get it warm, so I ate that first, and then I ate the chicken sandwich. I didn't feel like the chicken sandwich was the reward. It was just the way the order I ate it in.
Yeah. But nothing like me. You didn't eat cereal but save the marshmallows?
No, if I have a reward, it's going to be, okay, I ate the meal and, I could eat again. I'll get dessert.
Yeah, I guess if you go to Dairy Queen, you get the value pack and you get one of the mini blizzards. If I'm at actual lunch, I eat the blizzard first. It's not because I want to eat it first. It's because it'll be a soupy mess if I try to save it till the end. So
right.
Then it's just at that point, whatever I see first, grab out of the bag. That's what you eat.
Right.
So.
What about Brandy? Does Brandy eat anything special like I do? Brandy always, for those who don't know, Brandy always is puzzled by my eating. Brandy is Kevin's wife.
I don't think anyone is as special as you are, Scott. So
I'm very special. I am.
I'm still trying to get over the entire time we were in France and all the eating habits. And
I lucked out. France was more American than America. I don't know what happened there. Every corner was a pizza shop. They had Pizza Hut, Domino's Pizza, a burger place, a Mediterranean place, and an Italian place.
You know, we were there for what, 5 days, 6 days?
Yeah.
Well, depending on the layover and the flight.
Yeah.
But I mean, we never ate French the entire time we were there. We never ate at a French restaurant the entire time we were in Paris.
And we even asked.
No.
Go ahead.
The last day when we went to the Eiffel Tower.
Oh yeah. No, that was an Italian place.
You're right. It was. Yeah. So yeah, no French.
But we asked my neighbor, artist neighbor. Claire, right? What was her name?
Yes.
Claire.
Claire Boussard.
There it is. I asked her. I'm like, why? There we go. Save the filet mignon part of the T-bone for last. There you go.
Now, now I can get behind that one. That's a good point right there.
Good call, Misty. We approve. We will allow you to pledge to our Kickstarter.
And she may pledge $274.
No, but that's a good one. That's a great one with the T-bone. So we asked Claire, who lives in Paris. She's French. She was born there. And we said, where are the French restaurants? And she said, oh, we don't eat at French restaurants because they're overpriced and they give you tiny portions. And then we have to go eat at McDonald's afterwards to fill up.
Right.
So the French don't eat at French restaurants.
Every place we found the burger joint that was all American with like the Pulp Fiction movie posters and stuff was great. And the other night we walked all the way down the canal and found that burger joint that was just packed.
Yeah.
And that's where everybody was. They were all in the American restaurants.
In the American place. Yeah.
But they made burgers better than we do anyways. So.
Well, you know what it was? Especially even McDonald's. They don't have that processed meat.
Yeah.
It was very fresh. It was so delicious. Their ketchup was like a gourmet place here.
Yeah.
Like homemade ketchup. Yeah. It didn't taste like what we get here.
Right. And the fries were like potato wedges.
Yeah. So it did. That was one of my, eye openers to. It made me question our American food system.
Right.
Like, wait a minute. Why can't we get a fresh burger here at McDonald's? Why is it whatever that was, that pink taste?
Well, the old, we had Royale with cheese. We had to go to McDonald's and have a Royale with cheese.
We had to. But it was good.
I'm telling you right now, that is not a quarter pounder. You can't say it's the same thing. That is not the same damn thing. I don't care what you're saying.
Even the presentation, when you buy at a fast food place here, it never looks like the commercial. The commercial is like all big and fluffy and huge and juicy. You get in real life, it's all like deflated and small,
right,
and sad looking. Over there, it actually looked like what it looks like in the commercials. It's like, wait, what is going on here?
It's a culture shock, and I think a lot of people just don't. They worry about the cliche that you see in the movies. I mean, Brett and I were at South Point, and we were hanging out in the pool, and we were like there's 4 people in the pool, Brett and I and 2 kids. and they had 2 lifeguards, and they looked bored out of their damn minds. So Brett and I, we're talking to the 2 like very nice ladies for like an hour. We're just talking about what we do, and she's like, I'd like to go to France, but I hear they're so stuck up, and I'm like, oh God.
No.
And I explained it all to him. I'm like, well, I went, and I'm like, and I took Scott, and Scott can be, kind of abrasive sometimes.
What?
So
who is this Scott you are speaking of?
he was so worried about, the culture, difference and everything else. And I'm like, and Scott was like, in heaven, everyone got along. And
they were great.
Yeah.
And I speak zero French.
Right.
Zero.
Exactly. And you were worried about it, and I remember us having conversations.
There's the stereotype of what France is. Now, I will say, though, when we brought that up with Claire also, and she said, well, that's when you get outside of Paris.
Correct.
She said it will get that way outside. But she said in Paris, they are so used to tourists and everything, and they're much more open to other cultures. But they were apologizing to me when they didn't understand, when they couldn't speak English. I'm like, oh, I'm in your country. What do you mean? Don't apologize.
Right.
But the other neat thing about it is 80% of communication is body language.
Right.
Between body language and how much of our language actually has French words in it, even the people who spoke no English, I figured out we could still communicate.
Right.
And make it work. So I loved it. I loved it.
It's even in the rural parts of France. The key thing is you have to remember you're in someone else's country.
Exactly. Exactly.
And as long as you act like they're always going to be the trouble people, and always going to be the issues. But for the most part, if you're just really respectful, I honestly think everyone I've met in France, with a very few exceptions, we were told, though,
there are parts where you say you're from Canada.
Yes. Yeah.
There are parts don't say you're American.
Yeah.
But we weren't in any of those parts.
Yeah. When you go that, I'm like, hey, can you help me? Hey, I'm from Canada, hey. And like, oh, okay, and they're fine. But
and they're probably not experts on the Canadian accent. So as long as you sound like Bob and Doug McKenzie, you're probably straight.
Hey, Hoosers, you going to tell me where I can go from here, man?
Just don't say you're from Quebec, because then
I need some beer, man. I found a mouse there's a mouse in the beer can.
Well, I remember the last time I went to France, I went and we were there for a week. It was a very long week. We worked all day. Drove from France up to Geneva in Switzerland. We had to fly out the next day. So by the time we get to the hotel, we've been up for like 14 hours. We've worked, we've driven, we're very tired. And I walk into the hotel, and standing at the hotel, the reception, is a guy, and I'm like, did I just come to a Comic-Con? There's a dude standing in a top hat wearing like steampunk goggles, a long leather trench coat, chains, and I'm like, what's going on? This doesn't
sounds like a Comic-Con.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, oh, American. And I'm like, oh yeah. And he's like, oh, this is great. And he's like, what are you here for? And we just chat while we're checking in. And he's like, oh, I came for the Geiger Museum. And I'm like, H.R. Geiger? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I forgot he's from Switzerland. And he's like, yeah, the museum's just a half hour north. And I'm like, it's what? I'm sorry, what? I've been to that airport like 8 times. I never knew it was that close. I'm like, son of a bitch.
I got to get there. So did you ever go?
No, I haven't been back since. Okay. So I was supposed to go back in, I was either going to go in January or March, but everything started to get kind of flaky, so we put it off, and obviously I won't be going to France this year at all, but maybe that time next year. So I plan on
30.
Yeah. I plan on taking an extra day and going up to the Geiger Museum, and it's up past the you go Lake Geneva, and you go up into the mountains. It's beautiful out there. It's wonderful. So in the middle of nowhere, you come across the Geiger Museum. They turned his house into a museum. So that's just a great experience to be able to go and do. And I really want to be able to go back to the Paris Comic-Con or London.
Yeah, me too.
Especially with Crimson Shadows.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
Although we go there, they'll probably be like, this is all inaccurate.
Right. Stupid Americans.
That's not how we are.
Oh, no. This is just Scott.
He wrote it. I just drew it,
Yeah. Well, like when you write, like what do you do? Do you write in a British accent? I just wrote it in English. I don't know because I would mess it up. But so we're here talking. We're doing the final countdown here. We got roughly 28 minutes or so left of the campaign. We're doing awesome. You guys are doing awesome doing the pledges. We really appreciate it. I want to put a spotlight on these different covers because I just really enjoy doing these to showcase each of our talents. So we got the upper right is mine. That's the unlimited edition cover. But then we get into the limited edition covers, which are awesome. So we got, we'll start here with Brett, lower left corner. That's Brett R. Pinson's cover. There'll be 100 printed issues. And like we said earlier, we hit the stretch goal. So all of these are going to be printed on premium glossy cardstock, which is really cool. So I love what Brett did there. The colors really pop. They look nice. Kevin was able to, with the last minute presentation of this to Brett, Kevin was able to step in and do the colors and get that done.
Oh, you did a great job. I whipped out them rough pencils like, here.
Oh, it was a blast, man. I enjoyed that a lot. It was fun.
Yep.
Yeah, the hardest part really on that one for me was just when I sat down and I had to think about it for a minute. I was like, what do I want to do? And I kind of look at what you guys did. I was like, okay, I want to kind of, have something that kind of fits in, but be just different enough. So I was like, we'll put the chip about to get slaughtered.
And what I like too is Brett typically has a more cartoony style, and I like that he went with a different direction. Every single one of us went outside of our comfort zones on this, and really, brought something different to the table that I think any of us have done from what we've done in the past. So it was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So good work, Brett. Looks awesome.
Thank you.
And then we got Kevin E. Minor. We got him right here in the middle here on the left-hand side of the screen. We got his rendition of Dracula hovering over Julius there with bloody hands. So that's pretty cool. And then we got J. Travis Smith, who is our series penciler. Did amazing pencils throughout the series. Yeah. This cover he drew and inked. So you see that one there. Also, both of those are limited editions. And then we took Travis's work there and we made an ultra limited edition. That one's going to have red foil on it. Only 30 printed copies. These are going to be stamped with the serialized. So one of 30, 2 of 30, 3 of 30, etc. And those are in very limited run of only 30. So if you want one of those, there's only a few left of those. So look through the rewards for that. And then last but not least is the sketch cover variant down there. And we do have some rewards where you can choose an artist for that. We got Kevin still available. He's got the original 11x17 marker and ink of his cover. I love how your original marker and inks come out all the time. That's great.
Thanks, man.
So
I love that.
You can get his original along with the signed limited edition cover. So that's available. You have a comic shop, still time to get the limited, an exclusive cover for yourself with your company's logo on it. So we can do that. And then the metal prints, the t-shirt. The difference with the t-shirt now, we're working on it now. I got the file over to T-24. Check them out. They're awesome friends of ours. They do quality work. I flip-flopped the red. So now Dracula is in white. The moon and the skulls are red. So that's what the difference is there. I thought it should. I wasn't liking how hard it was to see him in this. So I flipped it, and I think it's perfect. Plus, having the blood red moon behind him is pretty cool. Samples of some of my sketch covers here I can do for custom sketch covers. Kevin's added some Poe covers to the reward. So there's a package there with some Poe covers. Samples of the sketches that you saw here. There's that 4x6. So on Pearl cardstock, this is J. Travis Smith's art with my colors. That will be printed on Pearl cardstock for all pledges of $40 or more. Then I put some of my sketch covers up that are for sale. If you want any of these were intended to sell at Comic-Cons. I threw them up here since there is no such thing as Comic-Cons anymore. They are gone. And there you have it. Let's get us back to the top. Yeah, I really do miss going to shows. I mean, we're entering into San Diego Comic-Con week. Normally, this upcoming week, Tuesday, I would have been going out there. You guys were scheduled to come out Thursday, and then we would have been doing San Diego. It's always such a highlight for me. It breaks my heart that it's not going on. This is my 11th year with it, but I'll be on the online one, so there will be an online presence for me at the virtual San Diego Comic-Con. So if you want to do that, Crimson Shadows is available for pre-order through there, but you don't get the rewards that you get through the Kickstarter. So take advantage of this. You got 22 minutes to go. Go to Kickstarter, search Crimson Shadows. You'll find it there, or click the link in the comment thread. There you go. We're getting there. 21 minutes to go.
Ooh.
Yeah, San Diego week. That kind of hit me today when I realized I looked at
know.
the calendar at work and I had it marked off to be off, and I'm like, oh.
I know.
It just added insult to injury. It really, honestly did. So
yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping. I mean, as of right now, I think our only hope left for the year is Cincinnati, right, in September.
Really, yeah. So.
And just waiting to find out what's going on there.
You're my only hope.
Yeah, and they've gone kind of quiet online lately. So
yeah,
they did update their website though. Their website actually has a hotel on. They have information for buying tickets, so nothing's changed there. So we're just kind of waiting to see. Same thing with waiting to find out about Monroe. Kevin and I are scheduled to be there at Monroe. Figured Scott's gonna. If that happens, Scott will at least come down and hang out with us.
It's a crapshoot, but I honestly believe if for somehow the Cincinnati can pull off the con, I really believe there'll be a lot of people that come out.
Let's see here. Let me pull this down for a moment. Stop screen, share screen. So we're talking Cincinnati. They still have it up there, September 11th through 13th, Duke Energy Convention Center. They still have the countdown going. So hopefully.
I know they've gone to in Ohio, not all the counties, but there's been a majority of counties gone to with a high population to the mask requirement. But that's pretty much everywhere right now. So
all right.
Yeah. So
that's let's see. If you all guess, they still have these guests listed. They're not listed as canceled.
Yeah. And look, they got Giancarlo Esposito.
Omaze, how they do those things. A long time ago, I entered one and I actually won something. And I won something from him.
Oh, what'd you get?
And I'm supposed to get, and I still haven't gotten it. So maybe I can just go up to him and ask for it. They had a certain number of the ties that he was wearing when he was blown up in Breaking Bad, and he was half skull.
Yes.
The tie he was wearing, they had him sign a number of those blown up ties, and I was supposed to get one, and I never got it.
Oh. Have you contacted Omaze and see what the hell's going on?
Well, I think what he should do as a form of apology is get me a signed Darksaber from Mandalorian. I think that might ease my pain, and I'll forgive.
He's gonna go up. He's gonna go up there with sound effects from Field of Dreams. Ease his pain.
Right. Now, speaking of,
if you sign it, he will go away.
Right.
Emily Swallow is scheduled to be there. She's the armorer in Mandalorian, and then
that's awesome.
Graves so we got a few from Mandalorian there. That's cool. Oh, and Natalia Tena too.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I forgot she was in Mandalorian. She's the Twi'lek there. She was
Tonks,
and then what was her name? Ula? Oh, not. What was her name in Game of Thrones? I forget. But she was in Game of Thrones too.
It doesn't matter. Game of Thrones sucked at the end, so who cares?
It's great if you just skip the last season. But anyways, yeah. So as of now, it's all still there. So
yeah, so it's probably our best shot right now, and I haven't heard anything outside of August being canceled. I know there's been some cancellations in August of shows. So
yeah,
it's a 50-50, I think. So I'm holding on to some hope that it might happen. So.
I hope you're right. I'm at like 95.5. I don't know. I think they're going to cancel everything.
Well,
but
all the shows Like the horror shows all got canceled, even out in October, November.
Yeah.
So, but those are mostly in Florida and Texas and, those areas. So,
Tell you what, when shows finally do start up, the fans are going to probably go nuts with their spending. So we got to make sure we're there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you don't have to wait to spend. You can go to Crimson Shadows Kickstarter here. We got 17 minutes to go.
Yep. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Indiana Comic Con next year. Moving it to it'll be early in the year again, and that's always seems to be like the first big show of the year, at least that for the last couple of years, and the people just come out in droves. So
right,
that's really I'm looking at next year at this point where I'm really excited about getting some space for those and having a big Bardstone presence at the shows for next year.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to how our display will look. The good news is it just gives us time to get more books ready. And, by then, hopefully we'll have Poe number 2 out. We'll have Boomtown number 5 out. We'll have Carl ready. We'll have, hopefully, maybe, who knows, maybe Crimson Shadows 2. So that'll be really sweet if we can get all these things going and in place for that.
We will be bursting at the seams, ready to go to the show. If it's not till late April next year, it's gonna be a little crazy.
Yeah. So how are your beers doing, guys?
Mine's gone.
Mine's gone too. Yeah.
All right.
I keep snapping my fingers, but Brandy's not listening to go get me another beer. As a matter of fact, she said something very, very colorful instead. I don't think you guys picked it up. So
when you snapped, and she replied to
snapped my fingers, woman, get me another beer, and it was not pleasant. So
you're lucky it wasn't thrown at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a bottle to the head.
Just see, dink, and I'm gone.
And we lost Kevin. It's okay. So we're good.
Yeah, the book's done. So yeah, he's done his work.
So Randy can take you out if she wants. Good.
Oh my God, yeah. That Denver next year will be. That's the other one I'm really looking forward to.
Yes.
Being way earlier than it ever has been, at least since I've been going, and itching at that possibility. Already booked the hotels and everything for that. Just like, please happen.
Yeah.
So
that'd be good.
Yeah. So I really miss. There's so many of the fans and even our colleagues that the only time we see them, is when we do the shows. So we're used to seeing a lot of these people on the West Coast and not doing San Diego, not doing the Las Vegas con, not doing Denver. I mean, there's so many of our artist friends that it'll be 2 years by the time we see them again.
Right.
That's just insane.
I know. That is the interesting thing about the artist community, Comic-Con community, is it's a tight group. And, during normal circumstances, I see a lot of my friends are all over the country.
Right.
I mean, Kevin, you're in Indiana, and Brett, you're an hour and 5 minutes away from me. And but we see each other all year usually because of all the shows we do.
Right.
And I actually see my Comic-Con friends who live all over the country more than I see my friends from high school who live a mile from me.
Right.
But now that we got what we have, I mean, I'm so used to seeing all these guys, depending on the year, 6 to 20 times a year, to not seeing them at all,
Right.
And so that part's kind of sad. So miss seeing all you guys if you're watching. It's always fun to see Sean and Stephanie and T-24, Vinny and Lisa. And,
right.
There's so many others too. So
just
miss all you guys.
Yeah, miss the communities, miss the areas, miss the normal haunts, the restaurants.
Yep.
You get to know the people in the restaurants. You get to know the people in the hotels. We're creature of habits. We go to the same places because we find the right places.
Well, yeah, when you find a good place, you want to keep doing it,
I mean, I'm jonesing for the Colombian. I
Oh man, I'm so bummed that got canceled because I love the Colombian. Just everything they have there is great.
Right.
Dude, I was actually contemplating. I'm like, you know what? It's only $70 to fly to Tampa. I could fly. Let's see. Can I make it in one day? Let's see. The thought had started crossing in my head. I'm like, what else am I doing? I mean, take a day off work, go to Tampa, eat lunch, come back.
Well, how many vouchers we now have from all our flights being canceled?
Right.
It'll feel like it was free.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, for work again, unless it gets canceled, I have 2 conventions scheduled in Las Vegas this year. One in mid-October and one in middle of November. So, as of today, that's still ready to go. They said everything's going to happen. So, I start booking that event now. So, I looked at my boss and I said, "Hey, why don't we just go out like the Friday before, take all the wives, hang out for 4 days, and just go and hang out in Vegas?" He's like, "Sure, why not?" He's like, "How much will it cost?" I'm like, "Well, for me, nothing. I've got so many free hotel nights and vouchers." I'm like, "It's a free damn trip for me, so I'm good to go." So, I mean, it's basically I can fly, because the company will pay for me to get out there, but we'll stay out at Red Rock, and I've got enough free nights. I'll pay the resort fees. That's it. And I have so many. I'll fly Brandy out there for free, so we're gonna get like a 4-day vacation in Vegas for next to nothing because of all these extra, The bad thing is we've had to pay for all of this year, which is really rough for artists or anyone else. Between the different concerts and stuff I was going to go to this year and Cubs games and some things like that, I have $1,400 in vouchers for concerts or sporting events next year. $1,400 damn dollars. But I mean, like the good thing was Rohoff, which is down by Indianapolis, the big convention center, they were offering, hey, we'll give you a refund, or if you take a credit, we'll just give you 1.5 of what you had spent. So I had $200. They gave me a $300 credit.
Nice.
StubHub, we bought Cubs tickets. We bought tickets right behind third base, like 2 rows behind. They were expensive tickets, so they gave me 125% of what the value was. So, I mean, they're trying to do everything they can to help people out. But I'm looking at next year. I'm like, well, either we're going to lots of concerts or we're buying like backstage passes to go meet Metallica or something. Because if there's ever going to be a time, it's going to be now and it's going to be free. So, that is the silver lining.
Right.
Once we get through all this, next year we're going to have some of these extra things that we can do and try to make up for some lost time.
Definitely. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. 9 minutes.
We are.
To go. It's we're still at 35.20, guys. I know some of you are watching there. If you haven't donated, you got a chance. We got some great swag that goes with the different rewards. It's looking good here. So, make that pledge. If anyone really wants to do it, $500. I closed out the Wow, I'm in the comic, but if you want to do that, you can secure yourself in the epilogue of issue number 2. I can do that. Issue number 1, the epilogue is done. But if anyone does a $500 pledge here in the last 8 minutes, you'll get the full Wow, I'm in the comic, but you'll get it as a epilogue. So I'll do that. So go for it. Be famous.
Wheeling and dealing in the last 9 minutes, huh?
Yep, might as well. $500. I'll do it. It's worth it. Or go for the sketch covers. Go for there's a ton of great rewards. But as a reminder, any pledge, $40 or more, you get a free 4x6 sketch drawn by me. You get a free one. You won't know which one though. It's random for the free ones. I'm going to have add-ons too, where you can upgrade and commission me to do sketches of any character. You can recommend who you want, I'll do Star Wars characters, G.I. Joe, Marvel, DC, you name it. I will draw it for you. That will be an add-on. So when this ends, we will be we'll be moving forward into the fulfillment stage. So watch your emails, because we will be sending out, if you got t-shirts, we're going to have to know your sizes. If you got you pick 4, I'll need to know which items you chose. So watch them, because we got to get those answers kind of quick back. I'll be sending out the emails tomorrow, the first round of emails. We need those answers so we know how much quantity to order of the various items. So please answer as fast as you can. We need to know your mailing addresses. All those kind of things need to be added, and plus your options. So timely responses are a huge importance. How about Poe? Did you get a good response on when you finished?
Yeah, I think I only have 2 I never got a response for.
Okay.
So it really ended really well. You know how it goes. You always have a few pledges that fall out. So, I think out of all the pledges that were fulfilled as far as payment, I think I'm missing 2 surveys. So I'll try to track them down, obviously, because people miss that email. The good thing is Kickstarter gives us so much information about everybody that we can reach out, try to send them a message, and try to connect with them. And but yeah, it's great to see all the I think within the first week I had 85% back, and then the rest of them trickled in the next week or so. So
nice.
yeah, it's very important though. Everybody, as soon as if you're back in the book and you get that email, take the time, fill it out, just send it back. If it's some of you, it's just going to be as simple as, yep, that's my address. Yep. It's important, because until we get that, we won't fulfill the reward. It won't tell us to fill the reward. So it's very important to answer that.
Yeah, and if you got the PDF copy, which almost everyone gets, I'll need your email, all those things, all those fun things. If you've changed your address, you update it in your Kickstarter profile, because we might get the wrong address. What you put in when you ordered it might not be what, if you moved, we need the updated address. So those are important items as well. So do your housekeeping on your account so we have the current data.
Correct.
Very important. Let's see here. So still at 3520, 87 backers. I'm really happy with that. That's a good turnout.
Yeah, I think that's about what I had for Poe too. So yep. I mean, I was hoping for anything over 80, and I mean that's a nice hunk of people. That's a nice number, and there's probably some common people between the 2 different campaigns, but for the most part, we're gonna have 160 backers that bought a Bardstone book. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So thank you for everyone that backed Poe. Thank you for everyone that backed Crimson Shadows. Again, we're also happy.
Someone donated. We're at 3525. Backer number 88.
Nice. We got 5 minutes left? 4 minutes left.
Well, if you're watching this stream, you could, if you comment into the comment thread here and I can see it, I'll give you a shout out. You don't even have to up your pledge. I'll do that at no charge. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left.
The final countdown.
I know. Speaking of that, we had the Palace of Auburn Hills. The final explosion happened a few days back.
So I saw that, yeah.
Such a shame. It's still a great facility.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where the land is worth more than the building was.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I can see that.
So 3525, 88 backers. That'd be really cool if we could hit 90. It'd be really cool if we could hit 1,000. So if there's 912 of you.
Waiting until the last minute.
Just $1. $1 each.
Yeah, it's great to just see. I mean, that's a great number. I mean, it really is. So, each campaign we keep building some of the fan base, and the people keep coming back because everyone's going to love the product they get. I'm so sure of that people will return because of the quality of the product. So it's a great start to the campaign, to the Crimson Shadows, to the series, to everything. So it's very humbling, honestly, when you think about it, between the two campaigns, with that many backers and
really in just a couple months time. So we've had this is great, man. This is awesome that you've been able to support us on this. And I know we had some repeat support on this versus the Poe, and definitely appreciate everybody that did that. That was just phenomenal of everybody. So
looking forward to getting out some of the comic shops. Between the two campaigns, several comic shops actually. So
yes. Yep, and as we grow this, it will grow the entire product line there. So we got the countdown clock going.
I see that, yeah.
And so we're in. If you want it,
we need Stanley Pazowski. This is it. This is the last minute.
This is the last minute.
Yeah, we are now in double digits. 99 seconds to go, people.
Yes.
Make those final bids. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'll post
pay more at a show.
You can go really fast, get in there, make that bid, and grab what you can. Good time.
You always wait for it's like on eBay, where like the last 30 seconds, like click, 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 click. That's what you hope for.
Definitely.
How did it double in the last 3 seconds?
We had a great final day here. I mean, at the start of the day, we were
3,079, I believe. This one when I started Odd Musings.
Yeah. So I think was it this morning we passed 3,000, or was it last night?
This morning, early this morning.
Morning. So we've done more than 500 today alone. So that was a great final day. We really appreciate it from all of you. 37 seconds to go. Is anyone going to be a last bid? Last chance. 30 seconds here.
Drop $40. Just grab something. We'll figure it out on the back end.
That's right. That's right. 20 seconds.
Come on, the t-shirt's really cool.
I don't know if I have to refresh or not. Sometimes it.
No. Just leave it alone. Don't even refresh. All
right, here we go. Thing. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fireworks! There we go. There's the confetti.
There it is. Hey. Yeah, I thought that happened once you got funded. It's at the final. There it goes. Yep. That.
I got my message. Kickstarter. It has been funded.
Yay!
Fantastic.
There it is. Yep.
We got going on. Oh.
And give it about another 30 seconds and my card will be charged.
Right? Yeah, they don't waste any time, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's so fantastic, man.
It is. 35.25 is the final total.
Nice.
We're thrilled with that. That was a great campaign. Thank you to everybody who was part of it. And, we had a little bump in the road where, a key part of the whole marketing of this was going to be Tampa Bay Comic-Con. That didn't happen. But you know what? You guys came through for us. So thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Yes, thank you. This is awesome. Well, I've been doing the show, and I got a couple more pages done on the lettering, so I'm getting close. So hopefully I'll have this done the next day or so, and we can get this finalized for you guys.
All right, guys. Yeah. Thank you so much for all your time. We're going to be moving forward. I don't know what the next one's going to be. Are you close to being done on your Boomtown number 5, Brett?
I got a ways to go. Yeah, I mean, I'm about halfway through on the pencils. I got to get going on that.
Okay. Well, if you need help on that, let us know.
I will. Yeah, I'll be working on that. Starting up next after.
So next, it'll maybe be Poe number 2 then.
Yeah.
The next one.
Yeah, probably. Once everything settles down from this, then.
All right.
It's hopefully. Hell, my initial idea was just to get Poe number 1 out by October. So 2 might be out by October. So that'd be wonderful.
That'd be pretty sweet. So
or at least Kickstarter launched by October.
Once again, Crimson Shadows successfully funded. So now the real work begins. Sometimes the rewards are actually harder than actually making the book, I think.
yeah. It's you're halfway there. You're halfway there right now.
Yeah, halfway there. So now the work begins. So I'm excited for this, though. It's been a rewarding process. Thank you to both of you. Thank you to J. Travis Smith. You guys are the real reason this is so successful and so great looking. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us on, Scott. I appreciate it.
All right. Absolutely. On that note, everyone, have a wonderful night. God bless.
Thanks, everyone.